Is it making sense here? And then this
I didn't get.
Oh. So this is a shell script, right?
Yeah.
And so I run it, and out comes that, right?
Out comes what?
Was my screen not visible?
Yes, it is, but it seems to be frozen. I can see your Google Calendar. I can see your terminal. Is that the only thing on your screen?
Yeah, the terminal has got the output of this script. This is just git log formatted in a certain way. Like this is the git hash. This is the current working directory. This is, the time of the hash, or the date of the hash, the time of the hash, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then there was one other piece to it, because that was tabs. And then I have Google Calendar doesn't actually eat tabs, it only eats commas. And then sometimes you run into quoting garbage, so I had to write a little bit of Python. So it's that many lines of Python. And so now I've got CSV, right? And then I can go to settings and sharing, and then I say import code commits calendar. I choose a file. Let's see, like this file, import. It's going to make a bunch of duplicates, but whatever. So that's my 61 commits for the last few months, right?
Okay, but this only works with someone who, with someone who is a developer, because a lot of persons now in CoLoab don't do anything related to writing codes or making pull requests or committing to Git. So
I'm just telling you what I do.
Oh, okay.
Could you do the same thing with comments in GitHub?
With a little bit more code, sure. I mean, you've written you've written GraphQL queries to grab them, right?
Yeah.
All right. Spit them out in CSV format, and Google Calendar will eat them, right?
Right. Yeah, I've had certain. It doesn't seem to that there a lot of different searching is supported. Like if I wanted to get all my comments off GitHub in this repository.
That I think is doable. Let's see. Let's see. That's not what I want. I want the Explorer. So am I logged in here? Explorer. Sign in with GitHub. And then it's impossible to also get the API docs on your screen. It's like, why can't I get the API? No. Wait a minute. I can't get them on the screen at the same time. Okay, maybe I have to go that way. All right, so then there's objects. And the relevant object is a user, I think. Whew, there's a lot of these. TU user. Just comment, just issue comments. There you go. So you can go from a user to all their issue comments. Should I demonstrate, or is that enough?
Yeah, you don't have to say which issue. It'll give you all issues.
Well, it'll give you 100 at a time. And then you have to page to the next thing and blah, 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 right? You know, that's about 20 lines of Python or JavaScript or whatever the heck. Is that going to work?
So, yeah, if you just do a control space, it puts you the list.
Woo. Right. So.
Nice. I think if we had a tool for this, that would encourage people to make comments in GitHub, wouldn't, you know, so that they could get a nice report at the end.
Yeah, and the other thing I discovered that's really useful is normally, put that away, go away. Normally, Discord doesn't show you these timestamps, but if you put it in like, what did I find? There was a way to do it. Appearance. Compact. Yeah, if you put it in compact mode, it'll show you timestamps. So it's like, when did I start working on that? Well, I almost always say something into a chat channel when I start working. Like.
Okay. Dan, can I see an example of the compact way of messages?
I've got it on the screen now.
Okay, this is not so. Okay, let me try that out.
So those are the two clues that made it a lot easier for me to put my invoices together.
Okay.
The other thing I could show, if anybody was interested, is certificate of membership. I'm going to probably work on that now, and you guys get to decide whether you want to work on it, look at it with me.
Well, we probably should take advantage of having you here to do that.
I'm going to give David a minute to experiment with Compact.
Yeah, it works both on the application. I was thinking it was just for the desktop, the browser app, but it works for both, so it's cool.
All right, cool. It's node testing. Oh, this is what I was talking about earlier, but all right. So let's go to my issues. So this is one I've been working on to some extent with Kenny and Glenn, but I have my own slant on it. So go. Oh well, there's a note I made somewhere about how Kenny and Glenn and stuff, blah, 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 blah. But I'll demo this thing and then we'll go back to how and why and stuff like that. Oops, I was there. Projects, RChain, DVR, O2R. So this is, O2R is OAuth to RChain, which is sort of the way the idea came to me originally. And let's see if this thing is in working order, if I've screwed it up. Okay, so yeah, the user interface sucks, but okay, so what I have to do first is node.js, node server, make game. So there's kind of an analogy between multiplayer games and smart contracts, right? So, and I'm going to call this thing CoLoab Fun 1.
Dan, what file extension is Gameboard?
It's not a file. This is a you might call it a class or something.
Oh, okay, all right.
Right. So this, what I did just now was very much like doing a new in Rolang. So I just generated this capability, and this application I'm building uses this JavaScript library that does object capabilities and persistence. And so it puts the stuff in here. What did I call that? CoLoab Fun 1.
think you use the 1L.
Right. Okay, so here's CoLoab Fun 1. It's what's called Reviver. It's kind of a function. Is that, and there's its ID, and then related to it. So the persistent state of this thing is that there's no players. Here's its label, and it has a game key, and that lets us go over here in the object store, and it's got a label for CoLoab Fun 1, and it's got a public key and private key. And so basically, this game board stuff is kind of a proxy service, and it'll make much sense more when I do it. Okay, so now I'm going to npm start so that I can use this page, copy link address. And then there's a bunch of tedious stuff involving grabbing, what's it called? What's the Discord developer? I'm probably not going to do this right now, but there, you copy the client ID into the client ID and blah, 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 blah for several things. All right. So at this point, I'm going to hope that I've still got one of these working. Right. So I'm going to go back to one that's already working. All right. And this thing has once I've created that thing, I haven't made really a user interface for it, but basically it's kind of this proxy object inside my Node.js app. And you'll have to just trust me at this point. It's all very not visible at this point. But this part is where it gets a little bit tangible. So one of the things that proxy did was here's where it installed itself in the web at /jointhefun, because I typed in join the fun earlier. And then when I type this, when I go here, it does this thing. We've seen this before, right?
Yep.
Okay. So it's RChain ID Springboard, and the idea is that you springboard your Discord identity into a public key. So I'm going to say you can have my name and avatar and microbrew, some whatever the heck. All right. Okay, now we're at the interesting part. So if anybody's got any questions so far, I can go back to it, but it'll be better if I take you through this and then you go with the questions. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right, member Springboard. Okay, so this service has got this great big public key, right? It provides a sort of membership certificate that is a countersigned binding between an authorized Discord user and a private key, public key provided by that user. We authenticated you with Discord OAuth 2 and verified that you have the member role using that. And it's actually not the member role. It's actually I'm using the CoLoab stuff, so it's the admin role in CoLoab or something like that. But it's that role with the big 412 blah blah blah, and it's this Discord server, which is actually the CoLoab Discord server. So I'm lying a little bit there. Which you logged in at, and I'm not sure what. So Discord, when I do this OAuth dance, it gives me this date 8/20/2018. I'm not exactly sure what happened at that point. Because I've logged into, I logged into RChain long before that, but that was some event in the past. All right, so then the instructions for getting yourself a membership certificate is copy your public key from RSign and paste it below. So if anybody doesn't know RSign, we can back up and do that later, but one of the things you do with RSign is you generate yourself a key pair. So there's my public key. All right, number 2, the binding between this key and your Discord identity will be formatted as JSON, interoperable with Rolang as Rocore. So it says public key, that, and then Discord there's my user ID, my identity, role, and guild. So this is just a lump of stuff, right? But you can see that it has both this public key and my Discord stuff, right? Maybe it's too small.
See it.
Okay. Then use the RSign to sign the binding. So I grab this thing, which There we go. And this should be smoother, but currently this is the way it works. And here's the signature.
Yeah, I still haven't been able to get RSign to work.
Okay, maybe we can attack that.
Yeah, that would be good.
Jim, are you doing it on Windows?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think that would work. Right, Dan?
I should.
I think it should work in Canary. So I loaded Canary.
I was thinking it's only supported on Linux for now, right now.
Not on purpose.
Yeah, because I tried that on Windows at first. It didn't work until I tried on Linux.
Okay, I don't know why that would be. It's just JavaScript.
Well, from what I read, the only version of Chrome that allows you to load add-ons that are not in the Play Store is Canary.
Yeah, I did try in Canary on Windows. It didn't work. It was frozen, sort of, and showing, I think, a permission of security errors. But on Linux, it works just fine.
Yeah, I'm not running Canary or anything. As far as I know, this is just normal Chrome. But it's true that all the people that have had success have been using Linux, so I don't know what's going on there. So I used RSign. I put my signature there, and then this thing automatically filled in the date. And then I hit request signature, and it sends all that CRUD across the wire, and then crashes because there's no code on the other end of the wire. But with 50 more lines of code or something like that, the idea is that it would countersign it using the private key based on this, and then you get the certificate back. And the point is, then you can write, then you can inject that into it would also inject that into the chain. And then you can write contracts that trust this public key. And it says, well, if this binding is signed by this public key, then I'm going to believe that that vote came from Dan or whatever.
Awesome.
Oh, and so the sneaky thing that I'm trying to do is right now I have one OAuth callback URL that's associated, that's authorized by the real co-op membership role. And right now, it's the thing that allows you to do the, let's see, how do I log in? There's an OAuth callback URL that lets me do this, right? And so what I want to do is intercept that URL. I want to rebind that URL to something that does this membership certificate, at least temporarily. And so I'm experimenting with that on, where's the machine? Oh, robot, yeah. So I've got this horrible hack. Yeah, if I want to intercept something that uses because the URL for the callback is index.php / blah, 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 blah. And normally you can't redirect things based on the question mark part. But if there's evidently this syntax where you can say, okay, return this error, and then map that error to this thing, and then map that thing to something that works down here. So far, all I've gotten it to do is map down to here. I haven't actually connected this to my Node.js app yet. But I've gotten it to do this circus where I'm able to intercept that URL. So,
Scary.
yeah. But hey, Stack Overflow knows everything, right? Oh, it's actually server fault. But so this is the horrible kludge. There's a workaround. Blah, blah, blah. So that's where I'm at.
Now, I don't think we're ready to help you. You're on this yet. Now, if I run,
We could try to debug.
let's see what happens if I'm running Canary and I try RSign.
We could also try to debug it a little bit, maybe. I spent a lot of time in the Chrome debugger when putting this thing together, RSign. I'd be curious to know why it doesn't work on Windows.
Yeah, well, we can multiplex a little bit while I'm now. In order to load the plugin in Canary,
You want to share your screen?
yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, because I guess you got locked it. You couldn't even install it, so never mind the debugger.
Yeah. I need to go to. I need to get the file. So.
There you go. RSign releases.
Okay, and I guess I've already downloaded this.
Yeah.
So if I download it again, I'll have another one of them. I have four of them. Okay, so and then I try to open, right?
No, you don't. I don't think you want to open it. You want to drag it into the show and folder.
So right. Now I remember. Okay, and then I drag it into.
You can either go to About : Extensions or something, but I usually use the menu, the top right menu there in Chrome. More tools, extensions.
Okay, and then I drag this in here. I don't know.
Drop to install.
Add extension.
Drum roll.
Where is it? Did it actually work? Is it turned on? I don't know why.
Oh, this extension is not listed in the Chrome Web Store and may have.
Yeah, so I still can't turn it on in Canary. Okay, I did.
Hang on.
Before this point.
Hang on just for a second. So you've got developer mode turned on in the top right, right?
Yeah. Right.
Try turning that off and on. Just wiggle the bits. And then remove this thing and install it one more time.
I probably this hasn't changed, right? I can use any one of these, huh?
Correct. Although you might have to pick the one that ends in .crx.
They all end in CRX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. We verified that the documentation is wrong, that it doesn't work in Canary.
Bummer.
But that gives you another reason to have an Ubuntu virtual machine for RChain stuff. Run CryptFX, rnode, and Chrome on there, and we have access to everything.
Yeah, so Stack Overflow says for regular window users who are not skilled with computers, it's practically not possible to install extensions from outside the Chrome Web Store. Oh wait, but there's more.
I was able to install the extension. I used I think Chromium or a different version, a developer version of Chrome. I don't remember exactly which. So, but what happened was the error I was getting was a security error. I think I showed it to Dan and you and Joshi.
So
But together, yeah, remember?
this Stack Overflow thing is saying that if you unzip it and then do the install unpacked, somebody thinks it works as of 2014.
Yeah. Well, I think more recently than that, it worked. I mean, it seems like they turned it off. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but I know.
Oh yeah.
What about Josh? Jake's voting thing extension that installed no problem, and that may have been because we did. We may have used a different way of installing it. That could be. So you may be right there.
Could also be that his asked for fewer permissions or something.
Yeah.
So this guy's saying as of early 2018, it's easy to do it using load unpacked extension.
Okay, well, let's take a couple of minutes and see if we can do that. I guess I could use a git bash.
It's a reasonable to unzip it. That's a reasonable approach.
And I'll go to my downloads directory and masters.crx. CRX. Okay. So I guess I want to get rid of all those extra ones. And I'll do that in my file manager over here. Just to get rid of them. And so now I just have the one of them there. So I want to gunzip it. Is that what I want to do?
It's not gzipped, it's just zipped. So just try unzip. I don't know, maybe gunzip will work. But it's not gzipped. It's zipped.
So I just want to unzip.
I think so. I'm assuming there is such a thing in Git bash. Drum roll. Yay.
Okay. Now what do I do? I unzipped it.
Okay, so see if, where did it go? Is it in the current directory or something lower?
Hopefully it went to RSign.
I don't think so.
Uh-oh. So that's a mess, huh?
A bit of a mess, yeah. If you want, you can make a directory and do it again. Clean up the mess later.
RSign is dot add RSign dash. Okay, now I have got it here. Okay, and now I want to load unpacked.
Yeah, you might want to remove the other one first. I don't know what will happen with you.
Oh, good point. Load unpacked. Okay, and I want to go to downloads to an RSign. Okay.
Where'd it go?
These are alphabet.
There it is. Hey, look at that. No scary thing.
It's running.
Yeah, and it's up there.
Ah, I got the RChain signature tool here. Awesome. Okay, so you want to continue?
Yeah, wait a minute. Let's get you to sign something.
Oh,
I think you might need to sign in first.
Well, yeah, something like that. Can you return to sharing your screen, please?
sure.
All right.
This is big fun.
Okay, I wonder if it's clear what to do at this point.
Well, it says see options. I don't know how to see the options.
Okay, then right click on the.
I think you might need to right click.
No, on the icon up there.
Options. Okay, key management. Label. I make it up.
Yep.
My label. What would be a label name?
It's a label for this key. I call mine DC or whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. Okay.
That's not. Is that going to be public, or that's just for my own use?
Right. I don't think that gets sent anywhere.
And I can put in a password.
Yeah. So it's going to generate a key pair, and it's going to save the private key encrypted under this password. Right. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Now I have a public key.
All right. And it will remember that in all the right times. So you can copy and paste that or not. You don't really need to do that. So that's fine.
Yeah, I assume I can get that back.
Right. Okay. And then, right, you can throw this away. And now open that thing up. And then in the data field, it's expecting JSON. So you can just put the number 1 or 1, 2, 3 or a string in quotes or whatever.
Whatever.
Now, if you try to say sign, it'll say you got the wrong password. So, or it should anyway. Ta-da.
Okay, so I got a signature, and I probably have to put that signature in the JSON of my.
Well, okay, so apps that work well communicate with this thing, and so the signature goes back into the web page in the right place, and it all just happens nicely. But otherwise, you can use this thing and send it to RChain and check the signature. Oh, we could check the signature using Rolang if you're in the mood.
Sure. why don't we using Rowline?
Yeah, so open up your favorite Rowline editor. Oh, okay. All right. So check that it's working. You do some kind of 1+1 thingy.
Well, it doesn't deploy. So
That's fine. Whatever. We just need it to be able to evaluate expressions and send messages around and tell us what the result was.
but we can. Let's just do this one.
Okay. So you might as well paste that again.
Paste that again.
Yeah. Now we're going to edit the guts of it, right?
Okay.
Right. So
I'm going to sign this message now or something.
no, we already signed something. We're just going to verify it here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So delete the whole second line, or we're going to replace the whole second line, right?
Well, we're writing to the hello is standard out.
Yeah, yeah. We'll use that in a minute, but we're going to, okay, whatever.
They were arguing yesterday that you shouldn't change the name of standard out for as a matter of style.
I like calling it log, but whatever.
Yeah.
But we're going to use it in a different place, so I would really like you to delete the whole second line.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to call the contract ED25519 verify.
We're going to call it. We're
going to @ quote ED255.
2559. What?
ED. It starts with ED. Elliptic curve something or other. 25519.
EC or ED?
D is a dog, like you've got it. 25519.
25519.
Yeah. Verify. And I can't remember whether the V is big or little. Let me look that up. Big V. Right, and then your bang open. Yeah. Okay, so then the mnemonic here is DSP, like digital signal processor. Anyway, D is for data. So our data was 1, 2, 3, right?
Right. Now, but I don't have a D.
No, just 1, 2, 3.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, comma. Now we're going to put the signature in quotes, and we're going to call hex to bytes on it. So go grab our signature. Right, if you like, do that first.
So I didn't grab that already.
I don't remember.
I highlighted it.
And I think it's hex to bytes open close. Maybe you don't need to open close, but I think you do. Yeah, comma. And now we're going to play the same thing with the public key. You want it in quotes, yeah.
Oops.
Yep, and then hex to bytes, and then one more argument. And then comma stood out.
What?
And then here's where we put stood out.
Stood out?
Yeah, it's gonna. This is the return channel, so it's gonna either win or lose on stood out.
I never heard it pronounced before.
Oh, standard out, whatever.
Isn't the standard out supposed to be quoted?
Not anymore.
Quoted. Oh.
But it's a process here, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Name. Yeah, I guess you have to put a star in front of it.
Right.
That sort of quoting. Sorry.
Right.
That's actually dereferencing. Yeah. Oh, star. Quoting would, in my mind, was putting an @ sign in front of it.
I know.
Oh, okay.
The terminology is funny. We're actually we actually have a channel which we're turning into a name.
A process. Stood out is a channel, and star stood out is a process.
Oh.
Okay, so drum roll.
Drum roll. Well, it didn't get an error yet. Now, what's it supposed to put on standard out?
Either yes or no, or win true or false or something.
This is the reverse log.
ED25519 verify.
Are you sure it's a capital V or a small v?
Well, in the tutorial, it's a capital V. I'm pretty sure I've used it that way before.
We could now this hey, what happened? Oh, somebody else.
Am I connected to the same network you are or something? I was just trying to get a false answer. That's wild.
Where did you type that? In a different
Oh, I typed it into rnode REPL on robot.
Right. Yeah, but in a different channel. I don't see it.
Yeah, I just typed rnode REPL at the shell command.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same node.
And are we running some modern version of the thing?
Yes, we are.
Now, I wonder if they have changed how our ED25519 works.
Can we go back to master? Master will work. I wanted to do that anyway.
You want to go backwards instead of forwards? I was going to look up what the, what the new thing is, but your choice.
Well, certainly the testing from this morning is. You want to do that one?
Not sure. Let me look at basic wallet here. Verify. Yeah, That's still using a string. Oh, it's little v.
I tried it with little v.
You did?
I tried it with
That's what I
little
was talking about. I think I've seen it with little v before, so I was skeptical about the capital
Yeah,
V.
here's little v here. My second try was with little v.
Okay. ED25519 verify. Oh, sorry. No, that was my input to the thing. Let's see. ED. No, it's big V. And there's 4 things. See, because if you look at if you fire up the rnode REPL and just do 1+1 and look at the tuple store dump, it definitely is big V. Where did the little v come from?
I put in a little v.
Ah, right. DSP. Oh, I didn't put enough arguments. Okay. Okay, at least I got an error, sort of as expected there.
Doesn't show the error here.
Right, it's illegal argument exception. 1 is not a byte array, so it went ah. So we definitely have to have 4 arguments, but the first time you did it, it had 4 arguments, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Stood out. If I go to that channel, you guys are in the test priv cham 1. I don't even know how to get there. Show muted channels.
Should be right below work study.
Okay, I had it muted. So if I do new, do I hit val that?
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. What happened?
Oh, I can't edit the thing, can I?
No, if you edit it, it won't work, but it looks like it should have evaluated, right?
Oh, I keep forgetting that I can't edit.
Yeah, if you copy and paste, you got to put. What I usually do is I usually edit to put the. I think you lost. Did you copy and paste there and lose the
Right.
the back ticks?
Yeah.
If you edit, you'll the document copy it with the back ticks.
Okay.
Or you can use the tick 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 eval, enter, and then do it that way. And that'll show the back ticks.
What does your node log say now?
Nothing.
Okay, I think it got a Java level error, so it's very much unhappy about that. So
You probably should have seen any unusual error here.
So that thing hexabytes, and that thing hexabytes. The data is 2, 3. Goes there. Oh, darn it.
You're missing the backticks again?
No, the star in front of log.
Ah.
Now I don't know why I'm losing. Oh, did I forget the backticks again? Yeah, I lost.
It looks like if you edit it, you'll see. If you edit the thing, click
Yeah,
edit.
you missed the backticks because
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
so here we are again.
I don't think editing works.
If it's in back, if it's in back,
I don't think editing works. You have to repaste it.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So what's the node log show now? It just says evaluating and hangs, just like the first time, right?
right.
Oh, I didn't do type verify. Ah, this is really maddening.
Yeah, there's no way to know if a certain function is undefined, except that it doesn't return anything.
And what's the node log show now? Bupkis.
Just try something simple, like not that. That's just so I'm gonna. This is the other way we have to do this. We can do a backquote, backquote eval, enter, and we can paste something in here. And I just am going to stick in here a something like 64, 65, 66. Hex 2 bytes. Just, oops. I don't know. Hex 2 bytes.
Oh, we have to hex to bytes on the first argument too, evidently. Bummer. No, or not hex to bytes. We have the 2-byte array.
Aha.
Yes. Aha. Yeah, if you just take the very first thing you did and put 2-byte array in front of it instead, I expect you'll, well, I just won using it.
Aha. So we can see in the log here.
At the bottom of the screen there, if you grab that one. Just above hello CoLoab.
This thing saying grab it. Why don't I just grab what I grab the
Go on.
grab what I had before and see if we can fix it.
One more up. Well, I mean, or you can change the V, whatever.
This is the lowercase v, right?
So this is the one that's closest.
So I hit edit, and that way I get the backquotes back. And just to show it again, I'll show the tick ticking down.
And what do you get? How do you get a new line without sending the?
It's the tick tick tick.
Oh, really? Okay.
Tick 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 puts you in block mode. And
Okay.
the eval tells robot to evaluate what's between the ticks.
Okay. So after 1, 2, 3, okay, you can put your tick tick ticks there if you want. And after 1, 2, 3, put 2-byte array. Dot. It's big B.
You should have guessed.
We're in Java land. Big A. Yep. Open close.
Okay, and now if I hit return, it's going to put a new line here, right? So I have to go down after the tick 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 and hit return.
Drum roll.
I signed it. It's proven. Sweet. That's gratifying.
So now you can play with real smart contracts.
Sort of, yeah. I still don't know how to send it a secret.
No, you can't send secrets. The only thing you can do is allocate a new unforgeable name that's only available to somebody who signed something.
Right, which they can still get from the tuple space.
Yeah, if you outside from outside RChain, you can do it, but you can't put that back on the chain.
I'm missing something. If I make an unforgeable name, okay, then I can, have a contract that's invoked with the list of basically the name of the contract and the unforgeable name. And then only somebody who has that unforgeable name is going to be able to call that contract unless they happen to look in the tuple space and where they can see the unforgeable name.
But just being able to see it doesn't mean you're able to actually put it on the chain. So here we go. New X in.
You want to show your screen?
Well, I was going to,
Or you can put it in the channel either way, if you want me to share.
Oh, right. Yeah. Star X. Oops. Okay. What the heck? thought I was doing something pretty simple here. News stood out in, oh, too many closed squirrelies. How come I can't operate a computer? News stood out, row stood out in, oh, not new X, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Oh, you can just do this. What the heck? Oh, man, I can't type. Okay. I'm ready now, guys. Stand back. Okay, so there, you can see that bunch of numbers and letters, right?
Right.
And yet, there's no way you can get that name in your program. You can make a string 28FF, blah, blah, blah. You can use it as an integer. You can do all kinds, but it will never be an unforgeable name. The only way to make an unforgeable name is with the new operator. And then once you've made one, the only way to access it is either you're in the static scope of it or somebody sent it to you. So
Cool. I was wondering how that works. It's basically done by capabilities, right?
Exactly. Yeah, since I didn't send X anywhere, that X will never be usable ever again.
Right.
It's like in C, if you have an integer, you can turn it into a pointer, right?
Right.
But in Java, if you have an integer, you can't turn it into a pointer. It's just, there's no way to do it. Except maybe some horrible native something or other hack. But Rolang has no such native hacks.
Right. Very interesting. It's a nice trick. So basically, by I would declare unfortunate new variables for which I could return to the caller to give them only permission.
Exactly.
To use those names or channels, whatever, contracts. And that's you do something like that in RSign, right? I think, or somewhere. There was some code we were looking at.
Yeah, I write object capability code all over the place, so now I can't remember which one. So this is kind of a pattern, or I could elaborate a little bit.
Good. Superpowers. I love them.
This is Dan. Is that a pseudo code or that's an actual code?
That's pseudocode. You want me to make it real code?
No, I just wanted to confirm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's sort of. So you allocate a superpower, and then here, let's make it realish code. New superpower in contract fly height done equals sig done equals.
You doing an eval?
Yeah. If no, let's see. Oh gosh. Here, I'll share my screen just so I can.
Yeah, that would be good.
All right, so now I have to do.
Not sharing.
I'm not.
Nope.
No, we can't see your screen.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay, we'll make it so that only Jim can fly. DSP, so the signature comes next, and then the public key. Where did Jim's public key go? DS. Your public key starts at 3F, I believe, Jim.
Yep.
And I'm going to have to do this. We might as well give ourselves a little new line here. For do ourselves a favor.
I know if you make that a little bigger, Dan, I'm having trouble. Maybe I can make it bigger here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah.
All right. Verify from verify out. If verify, then stood out. I'm going to take the EU out. And in the for, and then in the contract, and then in the new superpower. I hope this works. I don't have enough closed squirrelies. Yeah. Not enough. Yeah, I am completely addicted to Emacs. I can't operate a computer without Emacs. Okay, so this doesn't have any output, right? We just defined a contract.
Right.
Okay, so now Jim, you take the screen.
Okay. I was going to.
Oh, I didn't actually use the superpower, did I? Well, I hope it's clear how you would.
Yeah.
Oh, should I?
So we. So I should have seen evaluating, right?
Yeah. Robot said evaluating.
Interesting. So let me just look at the detailed chronological log for a minute. If I missed anything. You should have certainly gotten the error. Nothing else. The error is the last thing in the log.
All right, I'm going to try fly 2 here, which is slightly more realistic.
You want to share your screen?
Well, the party's over now. See if it evaluated that.
That's bizarre. I don't see anything. It looks like there's something wrong with your eval. You don't know what you did.
So here, I just did a 1+1 thingy. Are we still on?
Well, 1+1 is evaluated. Yeah. It doesn't actually show the result unless you do the row lang thing. And since the deploy isn't going to work, the row lang colon's not going to work.
All right, see if I can fly that row. I'm going to eval this file here. Okay, I got a SIG used in a process context. All right.
Where did you get that?
I typed rnode eval fly.row on my desktop. I guess I could, and I got height used in a process context. Here, I'll share if you like. So this is kind of a pattern, is that when your arguments are data, you really want the process part. The name comes in, and then you sort of pattern match against the part of the name that's, against sort of decoding the name. Oh, again. Oh, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so the superpower is kind of hidden here, right? It's in this scope, but the only way to touch it is if the signature checks.
Right.
But Dan, I can't see any condition in the if statement. What's the condition there?
Well, if verify is true.
Okay, but you didn't specify that.
Well, this is a Boolean expression. Verify the ED25519 is either going to give me true or false back. Right? So
Okay,
verify,
so okay, what I'm familiar with is verify equal to true
well,
or
okay, so
equal.
this would be okay, right?
Okay.
That would be okay, right? So why can't I write this?
Right. So,
Or I could do this.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Yeah.
but, right. So,
15. Oh, it's already processed there. Done used in process context. Okay. Now let's put it on the chain. Should I call it fly or fly two? I guess I can call it fly Jim. Right?
all right.
Take it away, Jim.
Okay. I see. So I am going to do a.
Did the log show that it evaluated?
Yes,
Okay, good.
and we can see that. We can see that here.
Good.
I'm going to do an eval here. And I want to do a, wait a second, what can I do here?
At fly Jim.
Ah, that's the public.
Bang open. Oh, don't forget to bang. All right, now pick how you're going to fly.
I guess height I can, I have to sign it.
You will. Yep, you'll use RSign to sign it.
So I just pick a height.
Correct.
Right, which I already signed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm going to put my signature in there.
Yep.
And I can get my signature from here.
Pick a new height. Let's live dangerously. Okay.
What?
Pick a new height. Let's live dangerously.
Okay. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Ooh, even higher.
5. Go real high.
Oh, but anyway. Okay.
Okay, sign it. What's the Rolang?
The JavaScript gets turned into Rolang, and if mostly JavaScript and Rolang are the same language, but if you have any, if you use a dictionary, a hash, or a a curly brace thing, then it'll look a little different in Rolang. But that's for another time.
So then I put it in quotes.
Yeah, but you need to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I didn't hit the where is it?
Yep, and now hex to bytes. And then comma, and then a return channel.
And I didn't give it a return channel. I'll make one.
And you need the star that stood out, probably.
Now, wait a second. This is going to... Okay, what I'm going to get back from this is an unforgeable name.
No.
No.
I could tell you, or you could study it, or we could run it.
Okay.
Colons.
And then I need, well, I need an end of the flag gem. And then I need end of the curly braces. And
That looks good, except for the 3 ticks at the end.
flying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, if anybody else can fly, RChain is broken, or RSign is broken. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Except, where did so okay, because you wrote the superpower here, this got done. Okay.
Right, and so the superpower could be launch the rockets, or put money in Jim's account, or what, or take money out of Jim's account, or.
Okay. I guess the example I was looking at the last time is you define several contracts and you return the superpower so that they can call the contracts that they wanted.
Okay, well that's a different kind of thing. This is protecting a superpower with a key.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do the same thing. We could have we could return the superpower, and we could have a contract. Let's say,
By the way, did that make sense, David, that only Jim can fly?
Yeah, because he signed it with his signature.
Yep. Because only he's got the private key corresponding to 3F37, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
okay, so
If you return the superpower, then anybody can. Okay, you Jim could get the superpower out and then go do something with it. Yeah.
I mean, we could make a contract like.
Yeah, I've never cared for this idiom, but yeah, it works.
So we could have fly could be one function that the superpower gives you.
Right.
Okay, but instead of writing the superpower,
Yeah, you could instead of done, you could call it return or whatever, and then you could return the superpower.
let's see. So we could put it done here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we want to do a new. Oh, we don't want done there. We want to do. I don't know. We'll call it T. And we'll do it T here. And then getting complicated. I guess I shouldn't have gotten into this. So when I just do this, well, I'll just show it here. Then I would do a in parallel here. I would do a at quote fly T. Um, That's not quite right, huh? All right, I'm going to give up here. But
Yeah, I'm running out of energy for being on the phone.
yeah, I guess I'm thinking about like a bank account example. Getting a token, so to speak, and then being able to work on your bank account.
That sounds a lot like Basic Wallet, but
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's what I'll look at, Basic Wallet, to find that.
all right, I gotta go. Ciao.
All right, guys.
All right then.
So we ran into the 4 o'clock session. We have what happened here? Oh, wrong log.
Yeah, is the video for this ready?
The video is ready?
I was asking.
Oh. No, the video is not ready. Not as far as I know. No. Okay, so, oops. So we covered a lot in the last 2.5 hours. Why don't we open it to questions? Unfortunately, I missed the beginning of the recording, but I guess we got enough. I think a lot of the talk on the bounty system and self-funding mandate was not recorded. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what was recorded, but I wanted to go to sponsors with the link to September CoLoab dashboard, and among other things, highlighting the awesome work done in the CoLoab this month, where they could go to the issues and also provide links to the dynamic voting guide, where we asked that people fill in their contributions. I'm going to merge these cells. Format, merge horizontally. When people fill in what they've done, and add notes. Okay, most of the notes are in the document. Most of the stuff for this thing are in the document. But like EVSoft needs to add stuff here. We have the link to the issue needs to be put in here. And there's a lot of organization and stuff that needs to be done here. If everybody could fix stuff as they see it, the need for it.
Yeah, a very successful. Yeah, very, very successful.
Are you on the phone, David?
Hi, no comment.
I'm going to mute you, David. Probably the most important thing is actually commenting on the issues. You know, you can give you know, you can see that there's basic activities listed. What happened to all the activities listed for peer learning? They're all gone. What happened? Oh boy. That's one of the dangers when you have anybody can edit.
Everything's still here on my screen.
What do you mean? You can see?
Yeah, I can see all the notes, references, channel, lead actors, work study, all that stuff. Maybe just try to refresh.
What is this reward? What happened to that column?
Jim, is it different?
Okay, I see the notes here now. Somehow we merged these cells. Well, I goofed, I guess, when I put this table in.
I was saying, is this a different sheet?
No, it's the same sheet. It's just that the columns got messed up. And I won't worry about that for now, because this is actually out of date. Yeah, this stuff. Chinadu, are you speaking? We couldn't hear you. I'm just going to delete this table because I put the table in the document, so this one will be out of date anyway. And we can put this back. And what we have is in the document. Which I know I have open, too much open. In the document, which I'll open again. Hello, we still can't hear you very well. No, that's not the project doc. That's the log. I don't get it.
This boy, yes.
Yeah, there's, you know, I mean, it looks like there's stuff missing here. I guess, let me put this back now. This doc. Which is pinned to the general channel. Okay. And I'm going to replace. Okay, well, woo. I'm going to replace this link here. Can't hear you too well.
OJ Matthew, OJ Matthew, can you turn off your phone?
Very sorry.
Okay, so each of these issues has an issue where we want to make comments. That's the most important thing. But also we want to list the activities that we're talking about here. And we want to mention in the comments. There's only 3 days left really to get sponsorship. I mean, I don't know if we, you know, because of the system's in flux, if we'll.
So, Jay, who are you looking to for weighted votes? Because Dan clearly expressed that he's not willing to vote for any other issue except core development issue. So, is there any other person that you have in mind?
Well, these these are the rated members. And when we're ready, I was going to mention automatically Dan, Patrick, and Joshi. To help us find a sponsor. And I really would like to do that at the latest tomorrow morning. I would really like to see some more comments in GitHub about our activity. And then I'll ask them for help. And we'll have some distribution, small distribution, I guess, of our sponsored funds for effort that we can't get funded. I mentioned before, we want to set up a, we want to get a guide and a scribe in each team. They would be responsible for an Ethereum account for their channel, which would be used for self-funding. They want us to be able to self-fund from multiple sources, so we can get contributions. Basically, give people an address to contribute to the activity in the issue in the channel. That's largely for future, but it would be good to get that organized at this point. Otherwise,
So at this point, we still do need to cast votes and rewards, right?
yeah, there was one issue that I had when I send people to the channel. It's showing no votes now. There appears to be a bug. Apparently, there were some changes made to the reward system, and it's not showing the votes. I think it would be important that, you know, when we go to someone for support, that we give them a link to the dashboard that has our issues listed with the CoLoab label, and shows the votes. And I think that if people vote, even if they don't have power, I think, you know, people, I think it's more important that people that have been around and are known that vote, so that when the sponsor goes in and they see who's voted for it, and if they see people they trust within that, they may be likely to sponsor it. That's my thought anyway. So I don't know how important voting rewards is at this point. I don't know what I hit. We did something.
Yeah, because it looks like none of them have 3 votes for September. They've only got 2 at most. Some have none.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter because the only people whose votes count are these guys.
Okay.
These are the only people that have ratings currently. Okay, and no, sponsors aren't limited to these people, but the sponsor, you know, these people can either, what I'm hoping, they'll help us find a sponsor. You know, we only have 3 days to get our act together, and you know, just doing too much, and I haven't, you know, I haven't really made a case um, for the CoLoab, but you know, that's my intention more or less, is to uh, uh, bring people to the, where, I don't know where it went. I lost it again. Should be right here. Is to bring people in here, and I was going to basically add some sales to this, along with a link to the dashboard for September issues, which we can put in right now. Um, and I don't have a link. We don't have a link with both September and label equals CoLoab. Shift home, Control C, and that's correct. Control K, Control V, enter. And we can have the budget sheets in here also. Shift home, Control K. Control V, enter. Okay. So that's where we are. We need comments put in the issue, and I will be reaching out for sponsors tomorrow, I guess. It's probably the latest I can do it. Tomorrow's Friday, and then we have the weekend. And what is it? The 8th is Monday, right? So that's the last day. We can get through the bounty system in the regular way. So tomorrow, pretty early, I want to reach out to people. And I guess ideas on who I should reach out to. I'm not sure. Exactly you know, basically I'm going to point people to this page. So put your comments and stuff in here. And we should check, you know, we really should have a current state document for all these things. I'll, you know, add some verbiage in here. Operation Laboratory was right here. Lost it. So let's see, we're sort of running out of time here. It's 5:03 now. Any questions, issues? That we want to cover? I'll just add to here, fix dashboard. Vote count. And I'll try to get to that tonight, I guess, or tomorrow morning. All right, any questions, comments before we close?
Yeah, were you able to update rnode on robot?
Not exactly, no. The deploy is not working.
So what machine did you use for the node testing session today?
For the node testing session today, I used my Ubuntu running on VirtualBox.
Oh, okay. That's you ran on your local machine.
Right. I ran on my local machine.
So actually, I was hoping I could get rnode Bob to bond today. So rnode Bob is running on the latest rnode software.
Is it, I mean, is it running well?
Yeah, it's running very well. Except, like I said, it terminates itself.
Oh.
After running for a while, it terminates. Probably it's because I didn't to use a shell script or something.
Yeah, well, so yeah, we can, I mean, we can use robot.net here. I mean, this is set up for localhost here. I can do a bash, run it. I have a one-line script. Well, it was just okay. It runs, but you see this benchmark. I don't. This bootstrap is not running. I don't believe.
What are you on rnode, Bob?
No, no. I was going to change this to rnode Bob, but if you're saying it's not, you're saying it dies, so it's not running. So I'm not going to use that. I'm just running on my own Windows machine right now. If I go to Hello World here, I can run it. And I got the Hello World. Oh, this died? Oh, it was already running. I don't know. I doubt it was running properly.
Are you talking about on your local machine?
Yeah. See, the startup starts on rnode, so you have to do a sudo. Because it's not running with the right parameters in var rnode, var lib rnode. You have to do a system ctl stop rnode. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. And then we do a dash run it, and to run it, I'm in my other window. Just does a just runs it.
Is that Michael's key bootstrap address?
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's.
I mean the address inside the R unit. Is it Michael's?
Right, Michael Birch's. So if I go to deploy here, well, it should say. It looks like it's just okay. It keeps trying to connect to this bootstrap node 9C F6, and it looks like it's not getting connected. So if I evaluate this, there seems to be a problem with CryptoFX, actually. It looks like with the most recent versions, it's getting errors. That's an interesting thing. And that's why I was thinking of moving in order to have a stable bootstrap address that works with CryptoFX and everything else. I'm thinking we need to back level robot to master or some other bootstrap. If we you know why it's not. No. So I added to the start procedure here in order to support standalone mode. And so when I execute the command down here, I give a flag and I give a bootstrap. And the bootstrap for standalone mode, the bootstrap is empty. So if you start with a -s or -s standalone, it'll do a -s flag, and it runs it with no bootstrap. Now, I'm a little bit confused about it. I haven't tried that yet, but with the current version, I'm not able to. I wasn't able to deploy. I got the error that the weight was 0 because I wasn't bonded as a validator, I assume. So in order to deploy and propose on a new version, you have to be bonded. And we went through the bonding process this morning. We can try that ourselves. We did that with Jordy and Dan last Saturday. And it worked, I think. Sort of. Well, it's not clear. No, we didn't do it. We didn't do it with a new version. We did that with an older version, master version. Now it's a little more complicated. But I'm thinking of back leveling this to a master node. And and we look at the master. I think that's what we used. It's a 6.2 version. So I'm going to do a sudo apt purge, rnode, I'm going to do a wget and I'm going to do a sudo apt install and I want to install the 6.2. And I want to do a dot start. Should I don't know. We're running way over here. Should I try a standalone first, or should I try master?
It depends on what you want to test. Okay, you switch back to master version.
Right. I switch back to the master executable, so I can run with the master bootstrap. I mean, we can
Okay, so you can run it direct. Master is a bit stable.
Okay, and while that's starting, I can change this to robot.net. Well, and change. I don't know if I should have changed that or not. Change this to robot.net. And if I go back to hello world here, and try an eval now. Unavailable. Name resolution failure. Whoops. And let's see. Where am I? I got peers connecting. 3 peers. I should be working. Connect failed. Interesting. Let me try it again. Connect failed. Or 04 is correct, right?
I think the internal URL is 4040400 or 40401. The internal and external can't use the same port.
Well, I have to use the port that this is listening on. Right? The gRPC service. I don't see it. Now, did we just default the gRPC port? I think we did. I'm gonna just let's see here and rep ignore case gRPC rnode log. Oops. Oops. Listening on. VI slash listening on. Listening on. It says listening on. It doesn't say what it's listening on.
How do you mean?
Um, 40401. Okay, that explains why it can't connect. Unimplemented. This is what I was getting before. Roughly down, unimplemented. Okay, so this ran fine on robot.net. But when I hit the eval here, I get the error not implemented. And this was working. The deploy worked. We can, okay, so that's weird. So eval is broken, but deploy works. So we're back in business. Okay, so at least it's running now. Okay, we can do a I could do an at cookie persistent write. I want a cookie. And I need to do an eval. And that worked. And then I can do a deploy. And then I can do a propose. We're back in business, folks. Thank you for making me go through that. At least we got the it up and running. We really should run robot.net as a service. It should be stable. Of course, it doesn't look like the propose is doing too well. We know we're going to have problems with KYC bot.
I need to step now.
To change.
There are some things I need to get sorted out.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Take care, guys.
Yeah, I'm done here. I just wanted to fix the arguments to the deploy here. We'll work with newer versions. But we got success. We deployed a block.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Anything else? Goodbye. Otherwise, we can end it now. Anybody have other issues they want to bring up real quick?
So tomorrow in the morning, I'll send you a message and we'll talk about getting sponsors for use. Then see who are the most likely persons that we could get to vote.
All right.
All right.
Very good. Later, guys.
Yeah.